Good evening. We are still in the war in Gaza with the Hamas. So we'll talk a little bit more about Esau and Ishmael. I would like to talk a little bit about the word, the concept we have here. Islam, Gaza, Hamas. Islam, you can say that it's Islam in Arabic it means submission, akhna. But if you analyze this word, it's like two words. What it means? Not, no, like irrational, not rational.
Without.
It means without, or it's like to say no. And salam is shalom. In Arabic, the way you say shalom is salam. It means no peace. If I analyze this word, Islam, it's like no peace. Right? This is what we already talked about, that the peace is not allowed in the Islam. There's no such a thing as peace. Now, what it means Gaza? Gaza, it came from the word Oz. What it means? Strength. But what kind of strength? What kind of power, of force? All the strength that has to do with holding paradox, with paradox. Like it is written in Tehillim, Achad diber Hashem. One, God say one thing. Shtayim zu shameti. I heard two. I heard two different things. God said one thing, I heard two different things. Achad diber Elokim, Shtayim zu shamati, ki oz leElokim. Because God have oz. It means he has this power of paradox, of holding two opposite things. Alright, this is a verse in Tehillim. Or it is another verse. God will give oz to his people. God will bless his people in peace. Hashem oz la'amo iten, Hashem yevarech et amo b'shalom. It means oz, it's a power of doing peace. Because we talk about paradox. To all paradox, it means that I can do peace with two opposite things. Completely. I can hold two different things. So this is the same idea of oz. And what is this Hamas? Hamas, in Hebrew, it means to take in violent way what is not belong to you, to steal. This is what it means in Hebrew.
Violent.
In violence, it's raping, kidnapping, I don't know, it's one of the more difficult evil word in Hebrew is Hamas. No.
Robbery?
Yeah, to take what is not belong to you, and this is the meaning of the word Plishtim too. There was nations that came from over the sea and sit in the place of the sud of Eretz Israel. So Plishtim came from the word liflosh, what it means to conquer our country.
To invade.
Liflosh.
To invade.
Right?
Invade.
It was not only one nation that called Plishtim. So it was the first Plishtim in the time of Abraham and Yitzchak. They came from Egypt, from the Kasluchim, that he was one of the sons of Mitzrayim, that he was the second son of Ham. Mitzrayim, it's Egypt. So this was the first Plishtim. The Plishtim in the time of Shimshon are different Plishtim that came from, they are close to they came from Cretim, they are close to the Greek. Right? So it's different nation. So Plishtim, it's different nation. At least, we have at least two different nations that called Plishtim, that came from the word that Palshu, take over a place that don't belong to them. Now we connect all the idea of Plishtim, we make a connection in the last lesson, in the lesson before, with the Ark of Noah. Tevat Noah. The Ark of Noah, what represents the word Chen, what represents the paradox. It has the same gematria, 860. Now, how Hamas have to do with the flood and all the story of
flood,
all the flood and all the story of the Ark of Noah. Before start the story of Noah, it is written that הנפילים היו בארץ. הנפילים is the falling angel. Now, our sages told us, it is written that the name of, it was two special Nephilim that we call him the Nephilim, that from them came Og and Sichon, Og the king of the Bashan, and Sichon the king of the Amori. So these two angels that fell down to this world, their name is Asa and Azael. Asa, we write Asa with A, but it's like very, very, very close to write Asa with Aleph and Asa with A, we pronounce it the same. Azael equal in gematria Hamas. It is a desert called Azazel. A desert. In the day of Kippurim, the day we fast, the 10th day after the month of Tishrei, we give two sacrifices, two izim, that we call them Ez. Ez, it's a goat.
goat.
It's a goat.
Goat.
Ez, goat. Ez. Right? So there are two sacrifices of izim, of seirim, in Kippurim. One is going to be sacrifice, and the other one is going to send to the desert, and in the desert, in a place that's called Azazel. So the Azazel it's came from the name of these two angels. So these two gods that one we sacrifice and one we send to the desert, it's the correction of these two falling angels. This is the secret of these two sacrifices. Alright? Everything, all this, we're talking about the evil force that fell to the world that caused the flood. Because what it is written after the story of the falling angel, that, like we say, have to do with Asa, and we have to do to rectify them. It's the secret of the rectifies of this place that we're calling Asa. After the story of the falling angel that they saw the woman of the men that are beautiful, etc., and the sin, came, it is written that Vatimale Haaretz Hamas, all the land, all the world, it was full of Hamas. It means it was full of raping, killing, one take from another what don't belong to him. It's why God, he has to destroy all the world and do the flood. Vatimale Haaretz Hamas. It means it's already happened. I mean, we see all over the place, how you say, Afghanot.
Demonstrations, riots.
Of people that say, we are Hamas, we are with Hamas, alright? So, all the people in the world that will say, we are Hamas, represent this evil force, Azael equal Hamas, of backwards, opposite of logic, opposite of right judgment. We talk about the level of paradox, like we explained in the other lesson. Something that is completely have any rational in it, you cannot understand from what this came. And when this happens, that all the world is full of Hamas, of not justice, God does the flood. Now, the flood, it can be a good meaning for the flood, it can be a good flood. We say that the flood is the Torah, and the Ark of Noah is Torah as well, but it's just concentrate all the Torah in one word, so we don't drown to all the infinite of Torah. But this water, this flood, this infinite of Torah can be changed with infinite of nonsense. Of faith that is just faith in lie. What came from the Islam. Alright? So, in the moment this happened, this is one of the signs that the flood is soon. It means the coming of Mashiach is very soon. Alright? So, in the coming of Mashiach, if we replace the evil force with the good meaning of this evil force, for example, the name of my organization is Agala, that equal in Gimatia Hamas. Alright, so there can be a good way how you find the Hamas all over the world. Alright? It can be an organization that it's a good organization that teach everybody Torah, teach everybody what is true, what is good, what is teach the paradox. We talk about Plishtim, the paradox, and it's full of fun. It's full of clownery, of laughing. It's all Yitzhak. It's all laughing. Or instead, you take what we call the bad side of no rational, the postmodernism of way of thinking about that. When you completely lost your way, you don't know anymore what is good, what is evil, what is just, what is not just. Alright? So, the Plishtim in holiness is the Ark of Noah, is the same Gimetia. The Hamas of holiness can be an organization or whatever, etc. So, Oz, paradox. We talk about the concept of paradox. It means it's not just a place that we have to conquer that called Azar. It's something in our soul to achieve in holiness the concept of paradox, of chen. What is the secret of the curse, Yimar Shmo? Yimar Shmo, this is the name of Mashiach. Yimar Shmo, what Yimar equal chen, what represents the Ark of Noah, the paradox.
Was the flood a mistake?
What?
Was the Nephilim a mistake?
What do you mean a mistake?
was it something that was meant to be? It's part of the program from the Creator, or it was a mistake?
All the mistake God do in the creation are a mistake from our point of view. I mean, it depends of what point of view we talk about. Or in godliness, there are different levels as well. So everything that happen, have a purpose in it, for sure. Okay? So we was in other lesson talking a lot about the letter Ain that have to do with Gaza. We said that Yehuda, Shomron, and Gaza have the acronym of Yeshua, and the Ain, the letter Ain of Yeshua, represent Gaza. And Ain is the ice. Alright, so the ones that fighting against the Plishtim is Shimshon Agibor. And Shimshon in Kabbalah equal 12 times Chen and equal Atik Yomin. We say that Atik Yomin, that it is 12 times Chen, one of the name of God, represents the inner crown. The inner crown. There in the crown, we say there are three heads, is Esau. The shell, we was talking about the three shells that related to the three head of the crown, the kingdom, the Torah, the crown of Torah, the crown of kingdom, the crown of Torah, and the crown of Keuna, of priesthood. Alright, this was Ishmael, and this was Plishtim. These two heads called Atik Yomin, it's one of the name of God, and equal Shimshon, equal 12 times Chen. And this is represent the Ain missing of Yoshua. It's a higher level of this Ain, that this is the Ain that represent the snake, like we teach in the lesson about the letter Ain. Who calls the snake in Torah is the tribe of Dan. Tribe of Dan, what Shimshon came from Dan. The letter of the month of Tevet, the 10th month, is the letter Ain, and the tribe that is related is the 10 in the order of the tribe, the way they was walking in the desert, is the tribe of Dan. So Shimshon has to do with the secret of the eyes. The Plishtim took the eyes of Shimshon, if you remember the story, and before he killed all the Plishtim, he said, he prayed to God that I will take my revenge of one of my two eyes. Right? So we talk about the Ain, that the Ain split to two concepts, like we explained, the body and the blood of Mashiach. Here is the body, here is the blood of Mashiach, if I talk in holiness level. Right? But to conquer this place instead of soul, we have first of all to conquer this place in physical world, in this world. It means the coming of Mashiach depend of Am Israel conquer Gaza, that represents the Ain, that split to two Ain, and this is Gaza and Azael we talk about. The Hamas and the Islam, generally. Right?